Have y'all heard about the people in the dental office getting together and reading a patient's diary? Child, well now you know, okay? I couldn't believe it when I came across it. It's the audacity, the unprofessionalism, and this is one of the most unprofessional things I've seen all in 2024. So, let's get into it.
Two new ones, which are dermal, so they are not risking anything. I'm going to continue in the testing and the meds, but my views have not changed on treatment. I'm not going to do any dialysis, chemo, radiation, or infusions. I will agree to surgery, but it's to repair or correct, but I am not having anything removed unless they know what's causing the failure. But in my opinion, if they can't stop it, removing the bad parts will only the good bad tumor. If the failure continues, taking parts out is pointless if we don't know the cause. I am not sure if there are any other treatment options. If so, I'll make those choices as I go. If they are a lot, if it's this failure...
Why y'all reading that woman diary? Where is the professionalism? Why are doctors in here cutting patients up and taking pictures of them? Why is all this happening with you professionals? America is a flipping joke. America's a joke, okay? Don't get me wrong. I don't want to live nowhere else, okay? And I don't. I can't take America serious no more. How dare you take that woman's journal, get all your buddies together. That blind wench set her floppy butt on the floor, got cozy. All she missing is her bucket of popcorn to listen to this wench read her journal. Y'all done lost your minds. You couldn't call that lady and say, hey, you left your diary here. Can you might want to come grab it, you know. I know it's personal. What happened to those days? Who was recording this? Because somebody knew that this wasn't right. Somebody in that office knew that this wasn't right. And that's why they... and it's out.
I swear if you're a healthcare worker, social media will have you fighting for your life. If you haven't heard this story, this dental office found a patient's journal that they left there. Then they started reading the journal, like someone's personal journal. And then they posted it on Snapchat or online social media. Like, I'm trying to figure out what was the reason, because people already don't trust the dentist. Actually, matter of fact, they don't just trust the dentist. They come up in the dentist and say, I hate the dentist, right? And so we're just given more and more reasons for them to hate the dentist. And what's really sad is that we've been through dental school. I know 1 or 2 classmates who I could see being the type of person to do this. And I'm so frustrated of seeing healthcare workers just make us look bad. If you're not already following Nurse Talk, there's a nurse who posted someone's my chart on her Snapchat. And that's another thing. Y'all think Snapchat is private. Y'all know that people can still screenshot that, right? And so she got her license revoked. There's another nurse practitioner who crashed out on a patient and she got her license revoked. So stop playing games. So healthcare workers who are given troll, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. Just stay off the internet.
I'm in healthcare, and what they did to this patient was so wrong. Look at this. Found a patient's journal, and now it's story time. LMFAO. So the original poster on Facebook said, I was waiting to post this so I could talk to the office manager. 3 employees at Premier Dental Group of Knoxville decided to go into the manager's office after a patient had left their personal journal and get the journal and read it. Not only did they read it, they recorded it and thought it was quite comical as they read aloud about this lady's health issues. It's pretty disturbing that these girls thought this was funny and to think they handle patients' private information every day. So there's no telling what they're doing with everyone else's personal information. If this is your dental office, I would suggest switching dentists. This isn't okay. You take an oath in the medical field, and these girls I think that was supposed to say clearly, I don't know, disregarded that oath.
What are y'all thinking? Clearly you wasn't thinking at all. You don't do people like this. You don't treat people this way. You don't go telling their business. This is she is telling her personal feelings, her personal emotions and fears and thoughts, and you go and just tell the whole office. I feel like the world is getting too bold for me. And that makes me not trust doctors. It makes you not trust professionals, if you ask me. Y'all acting a little too human out here for me, making too many mistakes. getting jiggy with it while slicing somebody open, talking bad about them.
Time around they go. Wheel of annoying patients it goes. Where to land, nobody knows.
That's the voice of a doctor, anesthesiologist Tiffany Inga. Before a routine colonoscopy at a Northern Virginia hospital, her patient used his phone to record post-op instructions. But he says he did not press stop before he went under, unknowingly capturing Ingham's cringeworthy conversations.
And really, after 5 minutes of talking to you, I wanted to punch you in the face and man you up a little bit.
Putting his IV in, he's like, I always pass out. I look at them.
Great. Well, why are you looking then, retard?
The patient filing a lawsuit anonymously. He's identified only as DB in court documents, claiming medical malpractice, in part because of this false diagnosis.
I'm going to mark hemorrhoid, even though we don't see them. I probably won't. I'm just going to take a shot in the dark.
And defamation because of comments like these.
Or irritation or something that none of us want to go look at. So just make sure you're down there.
Give me some lube on the phone.
I don't want you to accidentally rub up against it. Some syphilis on your arm or something.
I don't need that.
Last week, a judge ordering the anesthesiologist and her practice to pay the patient $500,000 in damages. She's no longer working at that Virginia hospital. In fact, we don't know if she's working anywhere now. Her attorney has not returned our calls for comment, but on that tape, even Dr. Ingham recognizes she may have gone too far.
I feel bad. I shouldn't be so mean.
Doing people dirty while they under the knife, under anesthesia, under this, under that. Now, we done stooped to reading they personal journals. This is what we have to deal with when we go into offices and we leave things behind. It's either going to be stolen or broadcasted. This is where we are with it, America. Are you proud of yourself? Somebody should have stepped up and said, no, this ain't right. Y'all know darn well this ain't right. Put this woman's journal away. We'll call her and let her know that it's here. I hope that woman sued them and got every penny she was worth.
Action lawsuit filed against a former Brigham doctor now accused of abusing more than 70 women, and they all claim he's them during exams. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Chris Tanaka.
And I'm Paula Eben. The new round of accusers include a pair of sisters. WBZ's Christina Rex spoke with them today.
Patients loved him. He made you think he was the best possible doctor you could have ever had.
And that's the main reason why sisters Sabrina and Samantha questioned themselves after their first uncomfortable visits with Dr. Derek Todd in February and April of this year.
When you went home that day after that appointment, just like what was going through your mind?
I think my doctor just assaulted me.
The rheumatologist saw the sisters at Charles River Medical in Framingham for chronic conditions that required specialized care. But after a few routine visits, they say he insisted on pelvic exams and massages while alone in the exam room.
It was a 45-minute pelvic massage that at the end he had you sit down and he talked with you and he asked you all kinds of extremely inappropriate and personal questions about your life.
Plus texts and phone calls on the weekends and appointments outside of normal business hours. He even personally called them when he stopped practicing medicine this summer.
He was, crying, very upset, just said that he was overworked.
I've never seen this in 30 years.
This pattern of behavior is alleged by more than 70 women who are suing Dr. Todd, Brigham and Women's Hospital, and Charles River Medical in a class action lawsuit filed Wednesday.
Y'all making it hard, very, very hard to trust professionals out here. And I don't like that for us. I don't like that for us at all. And you know what else I'm noticing? Okay? I'm noticing the doctors that we go to, they on their own drugs. Okay? They writing their own prescriptions. They out here doped out. The doctors cracked out.
A doctor here in Texas has been fired. His license has been revoked because he was intoxicated while in the ER, making inappropriate advances. Lots of crazy things happening. Right outside of St. David's Medical Center. So the doctor is Dr. Willard Davis Jr. On January 24th, documents show that he was unable to stand up straight in the ER. He was making inappropriate comments to patients. That was all happening here at St. David's Georgetown, and he was let go. He actually went ahead and just left the ER for 45 minutes and said, "You got my number if you need me." Keep in mind, he was the doctor there in the ER. The Texas Medical Board actually gave him the option to enter into an agreement where you could do some testing, things like that, and possibly, I guess, keep his job and license, but he declined, but it didn't stop there. Later in April of this year, so literally last month, he was actually able to work at a hospital there in Odessa, Texas, and he made inappropriate comments and advancements and just made this patient feel uncomfortable at a hospital there. So his license has officially been revoked. And I want to read this quote directly from the state medical board that says, if he continued to practice, it would constitute a continuing threat to public welfare. Oh, and not to mention, he was also arrested for a DWI in April of this year as well.
Shooting up every day before they come do what they come do to you. I know this sounds crazy, but this is the truth, y'all. It just is. So we got to be careful out here. We got to do our research on these folks, which no matter how much research you do, you never fully know what the hell you're dealing with, until it's done and over with. But y'all, we got to do our best because these people out here are human just like us, make mistakes just like us, probably worse than us. So keep your eyes peeled and sue these mother suckers for every penny of distress that they put you through. Every penny of embarrassment that you went through. Get every dime. Because nothing can take back this woman's embarrassment. Not even that they was reading a horrible story, but it's the freaking principle. You and your audacity is just a little bit too much for me. And that's how I feel about it. If you like this video, please like this video, boo. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget that I love you. And I better catch you in the next one.